Alright, Shalom. Before we start, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, and shalom to the tabernacle of David. Alright, we're back with another lesson, and the title of this lesson is called Back to the Basics, the Sabbath, or as a brother said, the Shabbath. All right, back to the basics, the Sabbath. All right, and this is gonna be just a basic lesson. All right, for those who are just coming in. All right, you wanna know when the Sabbath is. All right, this lesson will give you a better understanding, Lord willing. All right, because when all of us first came in, we thought that the Sabbath was from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. That's what I thought. All right, when I first came in, I thought it was from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. All right, but then as you continue on, you grow in the truth, you grow in this faith. All right, it's according to the new moon. All right, we'll get into that. I got 2 articles we're gonna read. All right, and like I said, Lord willing, this is edifying. All right, so first I'm gonna start it with Exodus 20:8. All right, so this is the 10 Commandments, Exodus 20. In verse 8, right, it says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. All right, 6 days shalt thou labor, 6 days shalt thou labor, and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy power. In it, and the Lord's name is Yahweh. All right, the Lord's name is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai. All right, those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son, no other name. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord Yahweh thy power. In it thou shalt do no Salakia. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son nor thy daughter, thy manservant nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle nor thy stranger, that is within thy gates. Now we're in captivity. All right, so some of us have to go to work during the Sabbath. All right, some of us have to do certain things for our kids. If you have any children, all right, we keep it to the best. We keep these laws to the best of our ability. All right, let's get Judges 5 and 11. Judges 5 and 11, it says, I'll start at 10. Speak, ye that ride on white asses, ye that sit in judgment, and walk by the way. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water. All right, the noise of the archers are those nuclear missiles, man. All right, so we're talking about Babylon the Great. All right. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. All right, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. So we can't keep the law 100% like these other camps say. All right. Well, they might not say that, but they push the law on everybody. All right. When we can't keep the laws 100%. So that's why we rehearse the righteous acts. We do it to the best of our ability, man. All right. Even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gate. So we keep the laws to the best of our ability. All right, we try to follow them to the best we can. Now a lot of these laws we can't keep. All right, some of the laws we're breaking. We're in mixed fabric. All right, if you have a girl and she comes on, you can't go away for a certain amount of days. You may not have the money to do that. All right, so there's other things we can't do. We read the law, so that's why we needed Yahweh Shai, really. All right, so let's go back to Exodus 20 and 8. I'm gonna read 10 again. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son nor thy daughter nor thy maidservant nor thy manservant Salakia nor thy maidservant nor thy cattle nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. All right. So when people read this, and myself as well, including when I first came in, I thought that we think the 7th day is Saturday. All right. But back then, our people didn't have calendars. All right, calendar didn't really exist. The calendar they used was the moon, the sky. All right, because if you go to Genesis, right? 1 and 14, it says, and when you go into Genesis, the first chapter, all right, it says, in the beginning, I'm gonna read it verbatim. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Right, you're going into the word God, right? A lot of people think this was the Heavenly Father, but no, it wasn't. All right, was in the Hebrew, Allah ha ya Allahayim. All right, not Elohim. All right, Allahayim. And what does that? What does it mean? Rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods. All right. So it was the Allahayim, which were the angels, and in the beginning, this was Yahweh Shai and the angels. All right. So when you read it, it's the Allahayim, right? So Genesis 1:14, and the Allahayim said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years." All right. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And verse 16, and the Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And the Heavenly Father set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the Elohim said it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. All right. So these are the moon, the signs. It's like the sun, the moon, and the stars are for signs, for seasons, and for days, and for years. All right. So that's the calendar they use. Matter of fact, Issachar, who are the so-called Mexicans today, they were good at reading the signs. I want to pull that up. Issachar. Let me see. I know it's one of the first Chronicles. Can't find it. Salakia, bear with me real quick. I think this is it right here. Yeah, First Chronicles 12 and 32. And of the children of Issachar, who are the so-called Mexicans today, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do. The heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment. Let's see what that word time says. Time an event, time usual, appearances, fortunes, occurrence, occasion. It says strong definition. Oh, matter of fact, time, season. All right. It says evening, long, season. Right. Evening, evenings, evening, noon. All right, so they were good at telling the times, man. All right, so that's what they were. Issachar was good at that, you know. So we used the sun, the moon, and the stars to discern the times. All right, so when we read when we go to the Exodus 20 and 8, this is not the Saturday. All right, because that's what the imposters do. Actually, that's what they do. They do Friday to Saturday sundown, which is actually you're worshiping Saturn. All right, and Lil, when I do I'll bring that up. All right, I should have brought it up actually, but that's what it is. So it's not Friday to Saturday sundown all year. All right, now with because we do it by the new moon. All right, and we'll get the scripture on that as well. All right, but I'm gonna go to these articles I have. The history of calendars and how they evolve. All right, it says our civilization relies on calendars to organize and measure time. Culture, religion, and astronomy have all influenced calendars throughout history. The calendar evolution has been extreme, dating back to ancient civilizations. and developing into today's sophisticated systems. In this blog post, we examine the incredible origins of calendars and trace their development. Our ancient calendars evidence shows that dates from ancient civilizations like the Sumerians, Egyptians, and Mayans or Mayans used calendars. It says in the beginning calendars were lunar based because moon phases were easy to measure. In Sumerian culture, the year was divided into 12 months based on the lunar cycle, and that's how we how we measure. That's how we measure how the moon comes in. All right, the new moon. Right. This is one of the most famous ancient calendars developed by the Egyptians in the Egyptian or Sothic calendar. 365 days were divided into 12 months of 30 days, with 5 or 6 extra epogomenal days added at the end. Salak if I'm saying that wrong. The Egyptians' knowledge of astronomy contributed most to the development of this calendar. Known for their advanced understanding of astronomy, the Mayan civilization created the Mayan long count calendar because it combines lunar with solar cycles. And I believe the Mayans were Israelites. I don't know which tribe. It might have. Zebulon. Yeah, I got a poster right here on the back of me. It was so Zebulon was good at that. So they were the Mayans, right? It says because it combines lunar and solar cycles, it's super accurate. You see that? It's super accurate. It says with this calendar, we reach an important milestone in calendar development. There are 18 months with 20 days each, plus a 5-day way-up period. All right. So the Roman calendar and Julian calendar. Now I think we use the Gregorian calendar. All right. And I believe people believe that calendar is off. You know. But the Roman and Julian calendar says as a lunar solar calendar, the Roman calendar was based on both lunar and solar cycles. As a result, it was sometimes out of sync with the seasons. It was very difficult to use. And I believe it'll be they believe that like people say that the Messiah was born in December 25th, but that doesn't, the scriptures don't, the scriptures don't even say that, but it was most like he was born in the spring, because it's cold out in the winter. All right, and the three wise men won't be able to travel through the desert, right? So it says calendar evolution came as a reformed Roman calendar introduced by Julius Caesar in 46 BC. Based on the Julian calendar, there were 365 and 25 and a half days in a year. Every 4 years, which we have, every 4 years, leap days are added to achieve this. The Julian calendar stayed the most accurate for more than 1600 years. It was not until 1582 that the Julian calendar was replaced by the Gregorian calendar, right? So we use the Gregorian now. It says, in terms of accuracy, the Gregorian calendar is better than the Julian calendar. There were some key changes to the Roman calendar as part of the Julian reform. Leap years had 366 days, while ordinary years had 365. After February 24th, every 4 years, there's a leap day. The months are named after Roman gods and goddesses. See that? Except for January and February. And I believe January was a Greek god, was Janus. Or it may be Roman. But August, Augustus Caesar, July, Julius Caesar. Matter of fact, we can just look it up. Let's see. Roman. Slovakia, months of the year. Let's go into this. It says the Roman calendar was the calendar used by the Roman Kingdom and Roman Republic. Although the term is primarily used for Rome's pre-Julian calendars, it is often used inclusively of the Julian calendar, established by the reforms of dictator Julius Caesar. and Emperor Augustus in the late 1st century BC. It says, according to Roman accounts, their original calendar was established by their legendary first king Romulus. It consisted of 10 months, beginning in spring with March and leaving winter as an unassigned span of days before the next year. These months each had 30 or 31 days and ran for 38 nudinal cycles, each forming a kind of 8-day week, 9 days, 8-day week, 9 days, counted inclusively in the Roman manner, and ending with religious rituals in the public market. It says this fixed calendar bore traces of its origin as an observational lunar one. All right, you can go into that. I just want to get to the point. This says the names of Roman months originally functioned as adjectives. The January calendars occur in the January month before being treated as substantive nouns in their own right. So some of their etymologies are well established. January and March honor the gods Janus and Mars. July and August honor Julius Caesar. And it says, and his successor, the Emperor Augustus, and the months Quintilius, Sextilius, September, October, November, and December, right, are archaic adjectives formed from the ordinal numbers from 5 to 10. Their position in the calendar when it began around the spring equinox in March. So some of these are and ain't that they're Roman gods, and you won't get all of that. You can, but let's go back. So it says the new year started on January 1st. Now the new year actually begins in March. All right, March around March and around March, April. All right, so the new year actually came in, already in this calendar, but the actual New Year's is March around March and April. Cause why would a New Year come around, in the middle of winter, It says, in short, the Roman system was restored with the Julian calendar. The Julian calendar has the following benefits. It was more accurate than the old Roman calendar, and the seasons aligned with it. The system was easier to use and made time tracking easier. The Roman emperor standardized its calendar thanks to it. As a result of the Julian calendar, the Roman Empire, became more efficient and well organized. It said the Gregorian calendar in modern systems. Today, the Gregorian calendar is the most popular. In 1582, Pope Gregory, the 13th, I believe, reformatted the Julian calendar. On the Gregorian calendar, leap days happen every 4 years, except for years divisible by 100, not 400. Keeping the Julian calendar in sync with the seasons is why this change was made. Catholic countries adopted the Gregorian calendar in 1582, while having trouble saying these words. While Protestant countries adopted it in the 17th and 18th centuries. More than 190 countries around the world use it today. Today there are several other calendars besides the Gregorian calendar. Among them are the Islamic calendar, the Hebrew calendar, the Chinese calendar. In these calendars, months and years have different lengths based on astronomical principles. Alright, so yeah, you want to read more, I'll put the link in the description. Or you can do your own research on, these calendars, man. But, so that's where calendars began. But back then, our people didn't use that. They went by the moon. All right. So with understanding the moon phases. But first, we got these. All right. Let's get matter of fact, let's read this. All right. Understanding the moon phases. Understanding the phases of the moon. Right. All you need to know about the 8 phases of the moon and what they mean. Right. It says the moon Earth's nearest celestial neighbor, has fascinated humanity for ages with its ever changing phases. Each month, the moon transitions through a series of distinct visual stages, providing a captivating and evolving spectacle in the night sky. It says, but why do these phases occur, and how do specific phases of the moon contribute to rare phenomena such as eclipses? Let's explore the science behind the moon's phases. It says, each of their unique characteristics and the critical role the moon plays in lunar and solar eclipses. Why does the moon have phases? The phases of the moon are a result of the geometric interplay between the sun, the moon, and the earth. As the moon orbits Earth, the near side of the moon always faces Earth. So as the moon circles our planet, the amount of the sun's light strikes the moon's near side changes. And we just read in Genesis 1:14, the moon and the sun have their own lights. So it says the sun's light striking the moon's near side changes, causing varying portions of its face to be illuminated from our point of view. So take a lot of what they say with a grain of salt. And I'm just jump to the point really. But this is a picture of the moon phases. So you got the sun, you got the earth there, and the moon phases, right? The new moon, which is dark, the waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, a full moon when it's fully visible, a waning gibbous, last quarter, a waning crescent in the new moon again. All right. It says, what are the moon's phases? The moon phases represent the changing appearance of the lunar disk from Earth's perspective. There are 8 distinct phases the moon goes through, beginning with new moon. The first one is the new moon. The new moon phase marks the beginning of the lunar cycle. During this phase, the moon is positioned between the Earth and the sun, leaving the side of the moon facing Earth completely in shadow. So it's dark. It's completely dark. You can't see it, right? It's there, but it's not visible. Waxing crescent following a new moon. The waxing crescent phase first emerges as a thin crescent of visible light, of light visible on the sun-facing edge of the moon. So it's visible for, you can see a little bit of it. You got first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon when it's fully, illuminated, like on the Passover. The Passover took place on the full moon, right? You got the waning gibbous, third quarter, and the waning crescent, and you got the new moon again, right? I'm gonna skip all that. It says the terms waxing and waning indicate the direction of read that again. The terms waxing and waning indicate the direction of change in the moon's phases. Waxing phases occur as the moon progresses from a new moon to a full moon, with the illuminated portion increasing. Waning phases occur as the moon moves from a full moon to a new moon, with the illuminated portion decreasing. All right, and then you got the eclipses, which eclipse happened. What's the day? The 27th. One happened the 25th. It was I think it was a blood moon, I believe. So, and there's another one coming up on April 8th. So yeah, these things are happening, man. Role in eclipses, both lunar and solar. A lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth is directly between the moon and sun, which only occurs during the full moon phase. If the alignment is just right during the full moon, the moon will pass right through Earth's shadow in space, caused by sunlight washing over it. Such lunar eclipses can be spectacular and hours-long events. But even a temporary rust-colored moon during a lunar eclipse fails to compare to the glory of a solar eclipse. A solar eclipse when the moon is casting the moon's shadow on Earth's surface. These awe-inspiring events can only happen during a new moon phase, and all 3 celestial bodies must be in particularly perfect celestial alignment. And they talk about right here on 24. This came on. Let me see if I can go back. My phone moving slow. Salakia. This was published on August 30th, 2023. So look at this. On April 8, 2024, North America will witness a total solar eclipse. During this event, the moon will completely block the sun, casting a narrow casting a narrow shadow path that treks its way up across the continent. This upcoming eclipse will provide a unique and unforgettable experience for the tens of millions of people living within the path of totality, offering a rare opportunity to witness firsthand the moon's role in this stunning celestial phenomenon. So this is what's coming, right? Like I said, April. So we got the moon. All right, when the Sabbath comes, I tell you the Sabbath comes in on a new moon. Now nothing's popping up. Salakia. All right. So first let's get Amos. Salakia, man. Let's go to Leviticus real quick. And bear with me. Phone hot. 23. So this is Leviticus 23, and I'm starting at 1. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. 6 days shall be work. Read that again. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. Right? So a Sabbath is like a holy convocation. Right? And look that word up. Or Shabbath. Right? Convocation. Convocation, convoking, reading, a calling together, a sacred assembly. That's what it is. All right, and you can, bring the people together. You read the scriptures.
Strong's H 4744.
Study,
Mikra.
So a holy convocation, a sacred assembly is called. Right. It says these are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month, at even is the Lord's Passover. And the Passover just came, right? And on the 15th day of the same month, so the next day after that, is the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which we're still in, unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. All right. So we the Salakia. So these are holy convocations. These are the high holy days. All right, not celebrating no Christmas, no Thanksgiving. All right, we celebrate these whole high holy days, which are in the scriptures. All right, Day of Atonement, right? The we doing these for we do these for brownie points. All right, it's all about faith. If you can't keep it, don't sweat it. All right, don't sweat it. But I want to get to a point. I think it's in here. Let me see something. All right, so Leviticus 23 and 24. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall you have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Let's go into this word month. Right? It's Hadash, right? It says the new moon, monthly, new moon, monthly, the first day of the month, the lunar month. All right, so the word moon comes from month. All right, let's go to what's that? Sirach 43 and 7. Nope, not that. I'm gonna start at 6. It says I'm gonna start at 4. A man blowing a furnace is in works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more, breathing out fiery vapors, and sending forth bright beams. It dimmeth the eyes. Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feasts, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. All right, so the moon comes from the word month. All right, the month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. All right, let me get rid of this Salakia. All right, so Hadash, all right, the new moon monthly, the first day of the month, the lunar month. All right, the new moon, which we read, the new moon is what? It's completely dark, so it's the first day of the month, right? Now let's get Amos 8 and 5. So I hope this, Lord, this is edifying. All right, Amos 8 and 5 saying, I'm sorry, 4. Hear this, O ye that swallow up the needy, even to make the poor of the land to fail, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit. All right, now let's go to this. We just looked it up, right? When will the new moon be gone? The new moon. All right, the first day of the monthly. All right. So the Sabbath comes in during the new moon, man. All right, and the Sabbath that we may sell, because when the Sabbath comes, you can't buy, can't sell, can't cook, But like I said, we're in our captivity, so we keep it to the best of our ability. All right, so if you're gonna do those things, do it before it comes in, sunset, right? So saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit. All right, and we went to that word new moon. The new moon. All right. The new moon monthly, the first day of the month. So that's when the Sabbath comes in. All right, and when now I think the next one comes in on a Sunday. It might be Sunday sundown or Monday sundown. All right. So the new moon is and after that you count 7 days. All right, and then you keep it on. It's the same. All right. The Sabbath doesn't fall on Friday to Saturday sundown every month. It doesn't work like that every day. If you do that, you're worshiping Saturn. That's what the small heads do. All right, that's what that's how they take it. That's how they do it. All right, but we go by, you're supposed to go by the new moon. All right. Now let's get Psalms 81. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, sing aloud unto the Heavenly Father our strength, make a joyful noise unto the power of Jacob. Take a psalm and bring hither the timbrel, the pleasant harp with the psaltery. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. Right? Let's look at this word appointed. What was the time? Slakia. Kasah, right? Full moon. All right, properly fullness, or the full moon, i.e., its festival. All right, and we just came out of the Passover. That was on that the Passover came in on the full moon. All right, and we looked up blow up the trumpet in the new moon. What's that? The first day of the month. All right, the new moon monthly, which is the Sabbath. That's how you probably keep the Sabbath. All right, not Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. You keep the moon according to the. So like you keep the Sabbath according to the new moon, all right, which is the first day of the month, and then after that you count 7 days, and then Salakia, you count 6 days. On the 7th day you keep the Sabbath, right? Exodus 20:8. Let's read it again. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. So 6 days you should do your work. All right. You do what you got to do. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy power, and in it, Salakia, in it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son nor thy daughter, thy manservant nor thy maidservant nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. All right, so it's a day of rest. All right, so 6 days you do what you got to do. All right, and then when the sundown comes, all right, that's when the Sabbath comes in. All right, so yeah, I hope this was edifying to So that's how you keep that's when the Sabbath comes in. The Sabbath comes in on a new moon. All right, you got camps that say they do it Friday to Saturday, but that's not how you keep it. You keep it according to the new moon. All right, and after that, you count 6 days. Like say it comes in on like it came in on this month was Saturday to Sunday. All right, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday again. Saturday sundown to Sunday sundown, for this month. And then next month it could be Sunday to Monday for that month. And then, next month could be Monday, Tuesday for, it keeps going. All right, so it's not the same because the new moon it doesn't come in Salakia. The Sabbath isn't the same every month. All right, it's different. All right, so Lord willing, Lord willing, it was edifying. All right, to you brothers and sisters out there who are new. All right, and if you brothers want to add on, you can. In the comments, do a video. All right, so I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, shalom to the tabernacle of David. All right, Lord willing, this was edifying. Until the next video, shalom.